We're a little high. Do we need to
Good
lower?
morning. Yes, just a little bit, please.
How's that? Is that better?
Thank you. Yes.
Was it?
Yes. Oh, look, we already got a thumbs up. Yeah, you don't even know what we're going to say and you already like us. I love the optimism.
Living dangerously.
Right? How are you this morning?
It's Friday. Finally.
It's finally Friday.
We thought yesterday was Friday. We thought the day before was Friday.
It's kind of been one of those weeks when you're like, what day is it? I don't know. I really don't know.
Yeah.
So, yes, it's been a busy week, though.
Has it?
I feel like it has. So we want to talk a little bit about what we've been up to this week and what our expectations are for the second half of the year, because it is officially July 1st.
Which means it's the start of third quarter.
Start of third quarter is upon us. The first half of the year is over and done. If you are new to, it's done. Over with. Get it out of here. If you're new to our channel, my name is Cindy. This is my husband, Matt, and we are full-time resellers.
And today is Friday, July 1st.
Yes, it is indeed.
And Monday is a shipping holiday, so you don't have to get up early to ship your packages on Monday.
That's right.
So, just saying. If you live in the U.S.
Yes.
If you're in somewhere else, sorry.
I don't know.
Can't help you.
Can't help you there. Don't know what your shipping looks like. So all of our income comes from selling items online, and we support ourselves and the ankle biters that still live with us.
Ankle biters.
Ankle biters. I could have said something worse.
That's what you're going to call our children. We're really not children anymore.
They're not, but yes. So what did we do this week?
We worked. We worked today.
Right? Yes. It's been a busy week. I did get the stack of clothing that needed to be listed, finally listed up onto eBay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a score. Do you want to talk about your eBay sale?
No, I'm not going to. I'm better than that.
Really?
I am better than that.
Good morning, guys. So last week we talked about the food truck shirt that we still have, but I swore would never sell. And of course, I am blaming you all because somebody came in and bought one of those crazy shirts. So.
But we never showed them what it was. So, whatever. Sour grapes.
Sour grapes.
Your sour grapes today.
Exactly. We also got the Discord community set up this week. That started this week.
You did.
I did.
I had nothing to do with it.
Which is the group that Monica, the Posh Hanger, and I am doing through the end of the year about learning to sell on Amazon, learning to sell, scale your business on eBay. We're talking about it all over there. Print on demand.
Everything.
Yeah.
You name it.
Yeah, we've even talked about things that sell fast on ThreadUp this week.
Did you? I didn't hear that.
To send in and sell on ThreadUp and Poshmark, all of the things.
Have we ever tried ThreadUp?
No, I have sourced at ThreadUp's warehouse before.
Yeah, you've done very well
at
those warehouse sales.
Labrina says if you're not in the Discord, you're missing out. It's a lot of fun. Tonight, actually, we're doing a live. Normally, we do what we call work and chat. So kind of everybody's just working and chatting and kind of like having coworkers asking questions and getting tips from one another. But tonight, we're calling it a wine and chat.
So you're going to whine about things?
No, the other kind of wine. So I'm so looking forward to that, to just kind of kicking back and talking with everybody and seeing kind of, okay, where have we been the first half of the year? Where are we going the second half of the year? Continuing this conversation and being able to delve a little bit more into detail into that tonight. So, super excited about that.
I'm not on the Discord.
No, you're not. You could be. I always say you could be if you wanted to be.
Well, then I'd have to pay you.
Well, I might give you a discount. Anyhow, so I've been doing a lot with that and working with those people, getting that kind of set up and running, and that's been exciting.
Mm-hmm.
We did do the eBay stuff. Finally got an FBA shipment out this week.
We did.
Which is fantastic.
Massive eBay shipment or Amazon shipment.
Yes, it was just a small one, but starting again to get things in and start filling back up the warehouse, because we have been wholly focused on getting all of our inventory accounted for and where it's supposed to be and listed on the sites it's supposed to be listed on, which is actually going to lead, hey Brian, lead into what we expect for Q4. Because a lot of the things that we have done, we were talking this morning, a lot of the things that we've done this year in the first half of the year have really been in anticipation for the second half of the year. I think in previous years, we have not been as focused on the second half of the year in the first half.
Every year, we become more focused on Q4 and how to better prepare for it. It's like every year, that time prior to Q4 that we start prepping gets earlier and earlier. So yeah, we did the eBay inventory, which meant we wanted to clear out space for inventory for Q4. So
yeah, we've really been focused on getting the ungates. We've been talking about that in the Discord, so that we are ungated in the things that we anticipate to do well this Q4. So we're prepared there, preparing in our space and our physical space, so that we've got, the space. How many times can I say space?
Space. Space.
For those items that are going to come in, just really prepping for, because Q4 is where we make most of our money.
Absolutely.
Last year in Q4, just as a reference point, we did over $10,000 in sales in one day.
Mm-hmm.
So
you kept looking at me too, because we had this discussion. We're going to have a lot to ship because we did a lot of merchant fulfill, and you're like, we could kind of
I could pull back.
You brought. That's what it was. You bought more inventory. You came in and we had this whole living room. Now our living room's not huge, but we had our whole living room filled with inventory.
And shelves were filled.
Mm-hmm. And you're looking at me like, should I list this? Because it's probably going to sell. And I'm like, do it. I want to see how much we can do in one day.
Yeah. And so it was wild.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was exciting. It was scary.
Why was it scary?
Because I knew we had so much money invested in inventory. And I get like a little claustrophobic when the living room has just got.
Yeah, you start to get a little bit like, we're going to get stuck with all of this.
The walls are closing in.
And intellectually, like at this point, we're pretty good about being able to read ranks and read Amazon data and know, okay, these products are going to sell within this time period. And so intellectually, we're going to be okay. Like this stuff is going to sell. We're going to make a profit on it. But yeah, there is still that feeling when you're like, holy, what did I just do?
Yeah.
Like I remember last Q4, we were selling a specific game, and they were selling instantaneously. And so I went to the store and I bought probably 50 of them.
You had a whole load of them. Yeah.
And I remember I was bringing them in, and every like 5 or 10 I'd bring in, your eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you were like, what have you done?
Yeah.
What have you done? I'm like, no, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And you're like, are you sure?
Yeah.
Normally,
that one
you're like,
usually I'm right on. I'm like, okay, let's do it. Let's roll with it. But this one, for whatever reason, I got this.
It threw you a little bit.
Yeah, I got this, like my spidey sense was going off. Like, this isn't
supposed to happen. It's not supposed to be this easy.
Yeah. So.
But what happened?
We sold them all.
Who was right?
You were right. I was wrong. As always. It's all good.
Except about food truck shirts.
Hey, we sold more of them than we.
Yeah,
than we
you were
left,
right and I was wrong. Absolutely.
Now, did they take 3 years to sell? I don't know.
We're not talking about that. But that's the other thing that we're really prepping for Q4 this year is financially prepping so that you've got the money to buy 50 games all at once. And then just looking back at kind of those things and saying, it's all about proving the hubs wrong. I mean, a little bit. a little bit.
But it's all about proving her wrong too. So
It goes both ways.
It's a friendly banter we have. It's not.
Yes.
It's never malicious or anything like that.
No, because the money goes into the same pot, no matter who wins.
Well,
so
it goes into that pot, and I just gotta be like, please, may I have $1 for a video game?
Don't even. Yes, but we do have a friendly competition that goes on of who does better. But yeah, so preparing ourselves financially, preparing our space, preparing the ungates, just getting everything in line, because now it's July 1st. So now it's time to start shifting into those fall Christmas items.
Yeah, let's change the mode. We're going into the busy time now. So yeah, we already had a discussion this morning. What do we want to do differently this year than last year? And my opinion was we need to send more stuff in earlier. Because we're going to end up doing merchant fulfilled. There's going to be those items that are going to be quick turn and burns, and I want to get as much into the warehouse so that's like an extra revenue stream. So that's like another person working for us, so.
Absolutely. So one of our big focuses for the second half of the year is absolutely to fill up the FBA warehouse. I kind of want to this month take a look at what is still there. Do we need to start recalling some of those items and just pulling them back? When you say earlier, how early is earlier for you? Now.
That's a good question. Yeah. Well, I don't want to sit on stuff too long, but Thanksgiving is the big start of. But prior, we notice earlier and earlier it starts.
Earlier every year.
You think about when you start seeing ads for Christmas.
Yeah, it's like before Halloween.
Yeah.
So, and part of that, Labrina, is just knowing, okay, what products are going to run. And so what do I want to have in the warehouse, and how early can we get that information? But the flip side of that coin is then being able to get that information in September, in October, whenever, and get all of that product that you can and get it sent in. Trusting our instincts a little bit more on that, trusting our experience a little bit more on that. Because we've had products that we just didn't go in deep enough, early enough.
You say that no matter what.
I say that every year.
You say that no matter what. You could have tens of thousands of dollars invested, and you're freaking out because we've got all this money invested.
It's true.
And then after it's all said and done, we should have went deeper.
We should have gone deeper.
And I'm like, you're freaking out. Yeah. Like, did I do the right thing? You're always self-diagnosing,
Oh, yeah.
Should I, could have, and.
Yeah. Do you think the economy will hurt sales this season? People are hurt by gas and grocery prices.
I do.
To a certain extent, absolutely. And so we will look back at, okay, what price points sold during previous downturn economies. We've been doing this a long time. So thankfully, we have a lot of personal data that we can see. So what price points, what categories still sold out, what, where were the opportunities? Where were the opportunities during that time? And we will look at all of that. And then we'll look at Amazon stock and what their profit margins are looking like and how they're shifting. We will look at what is selling on Prime Day. What are they moving? What are they looking for?
What are they promoting?
All of those things. And then take all of that data so that we can be as prepared as possible.
Yeah.
And there are always going to be things that run that you just don't expect, that you're like, you've got to be kidding me. I did not see this coming. But do you scale back on eBay in the back half of the year to prioritize? Yes, 100%. We do. I know a lot of people. Monica's a great example. Hats off to her because she will keep both going. I don't know. She has more energy, more, I don't know, just more. But yeah, we will absolutely scale back on everything other than Amazon, which is why I have spent a lot of time and will continue, at least for the month of July, spending a lot of time building the print on demand catalog. Do a lot of print on demand through Amazon and other sites.
Because you're going to back off on that in just a month or so. We're going to start going on. And then another thing that I really want to make sure we do is we get shipping supplies.
Ugh.
Every
year you say that too.
It's the same battle. We don't have enough shipping supplies. So I want to make sure we get a lot of bubble mailers, various sizes, boxes.
Yeah, if you are new to Amazon this year, this is going to be your first Q4. Start looking now for a local shipping supplier.
For those emergency.
Because, yeah, we have Bubble Fast, not sponsored, none of that. But they're here in Illinois. And so I can order from them today and pretty much have it here tomorrow, even during Q4. And that saved our dairy years last year.
Oh, that's a good question.
Oh, why don't you just do all FBA? That is a good question. Because as you get closer to a holiday, so like let's say I'm selling costumes right before Halloween, there comes a point at which I can no longer send that costume into the warehouse, have it get checked in and be available for the buyer to buy and get shipped to them before Halloween.
Yep.
So there's a cutoff moment there. And that's kind of different for everyone based off of your warehouse and what warehouse they're making you send to. How quickly is that warehouse turning the shipments?
And to add to that, sometimes Amazon's shipping dates will run past. Maybe you're 2 weeks before, and for whatever reason, they can't ship it out soon enough. So, and then there's also the fact that we really like the quick flip.
Oh, we love it.
Get that money in your pocket as fast as you can, especially in fourth quarter, because then that frees up money to buy more inventory.
Because we don't do like credit card debt and all of that, so we are cash flowing everything. So, so if we can sell it merchant fulfilled and get our money back faster, then that's a benefit also. And then there are items that, for whatever reason, we had some of these, maybe it was last fall, that are just hitting today. Like Amazon's out of stock on it. It's a viral video. It is hitting right now today.
Yeah. And that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But that energy for that item could pass in a week.
Yeah.
People could be like, you know what, we've already got them, or it's no longer cool. So you got to kind of strike while the iron's hot. So
so there's a lot of different reasons why we don't just do all FBA. I think we both much prefer FBA. If Absolutely. We could just all FBA all the time, we probably would. And in the future, we may get to that point, although I don't know that I'll ever pass up on it. There are some things, like we really love what we call the smalls. So the things that you can buy today, sell today, that just drop into like a poly mailer and you just slap the label on it and off it goes. Those are the best.
Yeah, and you get your money right away.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely several facets to that question,
and it's one of those things that you kind of just learn your risk tolerance as you go.
Yeah.
So when we will stop sending FBA, it could be totally different. I'm so into smalls. I love the smalls. It's totally different than someone else because of our risk tolerance level. And we don't want to get stuck with items past their prime selling season. Because our risk tolerance is lower.
Yeah, we're sometimes overly cautious.
Yes.
You know, and you hear all these entrepreneurs saying you got to take the big risks, but
you hear people say that, and that's great, and I agree. But then there are times when we pay all of our bills from this. And so your risk tolerance level, I think, is different for somebody who has
another source of income,
or
you're working a full-time job and you're doing this on the side. So the risk is not as big as it is for
Yeah.
us. So
Yeah. Or maybe they already have $1 million worth of inventory in the warehouse.
or they have $1 million in the bank.
Or you have $1 million. There's a lot of different moving parts to that.
Yeah.
So, but for us, yeah, every year though we do a little bit better about being a little bit less conservative, taking some more risks, buying 50 games all in one day.
It's baby steps.
Yeah.
It's baby steps.
Yeah, we're still.
You just have to do what's comfortable for you. I mean, and again, what works best for us is not going to work necessarily for everybody. So
yeah,
and that's a great thing about this is this is your own business and you get to run it however you like, and no one can tell you otherwise.
Yeah, for probably at least the first 6 months that we did Amazon, we did not buy a single product that cost us over $10 cost of goods. So a single unit over $10, we were like, nope, we're out.
Too much.
That is too risky. $12, too risky. Yeah. That is too, because we just didn't know. And so we've, just started, you just build up on it. You learn to trust yourself more. So we are focused on being less conservative, more end gates so that we can sell more products. Seems like there's always another end gate to get.
Oh, there always is.
And then more shipping supplies, better prepared within our space, looking at what's selling, what is Amazon promoting, what categories do we want to be in,
what's trending,
yeah,
what's hot, what are you seeing? I mean, and now is the time to start watching the news and the TV and just seeing what they're talking about. Just because you're going to you watch 3 days, 5 days in a row, nothing, but that one report that comes out and they're talking about this hot item,
or everybody's been to see this movie this weekend.
Yeah.
You go, I wonder how I can use that information.
Yeah, Top Gun was a big box office smash, and maybe there's going to be a Top Gun.
Yeah, so you just kind of file that away, and you start thinking, okay, that's something I want to remember. That's something I want to be thinking about. Building on the print-on-demand catalog so that we've got more hooks in the water. Is that what I want to say?
Nuts in the water?
Nuts in the water.
Irons in the fire?
Not irons in the fire, because I won't be working on them. Irons you got to take out, and then they require. No.
I'm not talking about ironing. Irons in the fire is when you're a blacksmith and you put your irons in the fire. Oh boy. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is irons, like clothing irons. I don't know.
Anyhow, moving right along. Getting those print-on-demand designs up, getting that space maximized. I was spending some time this morning on Etsy print-on-demand, how I want to shift that to be better prepared for what I think is going to be different this Q4. So working on that so that because once those designs are up and that kind of stuff is set, we can go totally hands off on it. Mm-hmm. And it will just run. It runs itself. We have nothing to ship. We have no customer service. We don't deal with any of the back end stuff on it at all. That stuff just sells and they just send us money at the end of the month.
Yeah, that's the best thing about print on demand. You're never having to refill inventory. I mean, you basically list it once and it's up forever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Yeah, and those sales just continue to come in and come in and come in and come in, and they just send us money once a month. Amazon's like, here's your check.
Free money.
We're like, thank you very much. And it does, print on demand does best in Q4 also.
Yeah. Everything, really. I mean, unless you're selling swimming pools and.
That's true.
But most everything is picking up fourth quarter, so.
Yeah, so we want to make sure that, speaking of, that is a Redbubble sale. We also sell print on demand through Redbubble, which is your stuff that you did that stuff when?
Oh, was it last? It was probably this time last year.
I want to say it was the
maybe
year
it was
before.
2 years ago. Yeah,
I want to say it was 2 years ago.
It's possible. Yeah.
And really, we have not touched Redbubble since. I mean, let's be totally honest. I did open it yesterday. Mm-hmm. I did open it, but I didn't do anything with it. And so, yeah, 2 years ago, you put up some designs on Redbubble, just some stuff for fun, and we still make sales off of them. And
So I expect to see my 30 cents.
I think it was more than that because I think it was one of the bigger things. So,
Ooh.
yeah. But that's the fantastic part. That's what we love about that. So, trying to build that. We'll be working on the Discord because, yeah, that Discord is going to run through the end of the year. And then that's it. That's it on that. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun through the end of the year to be able to watch people grow and really be involved.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Yeah, I love fourth quarter. Fourth quarter is really the best time if you're going to get started in this.
But you need to be prepared before fourth quarter. Please don't. And you can, but if you think that you're going to sign up to sell on Amazon October 1st, and then you're just going to have this gangbusters Q4, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah. The first one on Amazon is generally harder because you're gated in so many things.
Yeah. So, and it takes a while to get an Amazon account and to learn everything and all of that. But watching the people that are in the group go through their fourth quarter, so much fun, because you don't understand. Everybody always says, and they said to us, you don't understand the velocity on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, yeah, we get it. Amazon has a lot of customers. Yeah, we get it. And then we did our first Q4. We didn't get it.
No, I was blown away by the amount of velocity.
We didn't get it. We didn't get it at all.
It was crazy. And now, and in all fairness, we went from selling a majority of used clothing items on eBay to selling brand new toys and clothing on Amazon
and other stuff.
But I mean, we kind of went from one specific market to another. So,
but had you flipped to that market on eBay, the velocity would not have been there.
I don't know. I don't have the data to show it. We didn't try it. So it's not fair to make that assumption that
that's okay. True.
You know, I mean,
but we greatly underestimated, because I remember that first Q4, we had ordered it in shipping supplies. We had ordered in a bunch of shipping supplies, and we thought, like, this is massive. We're going to have shipping supplies all through the first half of next year. In like a month into Q4, we were like,
you were running to Walmart and Target to buy shipping supplies, and that's not cheap.
Oh, and that's not the way to go.
That's not the way to go.
No, it is not. But it was, yeah, it was crazy. And that's when we decided, oh, okay, maybe we need to shift our focus a little bit over here, because this is making us way more money. So yeah, so we are, but I'm excited about Q4. I know the economy and all of that, but Christmas does well every year.
Yeah, and are we gonna, maybe we'll do less, you know, I don't know. I mean, you just don't know. But
and here's why I don't think so. Because we have more ungates this year, and we're better prepared this year than we were last year.
We've got a larger customer base, basically.
Exactly. And every time you increase that, you increase your knowledge, you increase your availability to sell, all of those things, then
it's like getting a raise.
Yeah. So I am super excited for Q4. I love Q4.
Absolutely. Let the craziness begin.
Yes. So I'm excited for that. What do we have going this week?
Well, Monday's a holiday, so we get a short week.
Short week, yes.
We just got to start.
I have a one-on-one call this week. I know. And then I'm sure we will do more Discord live chats, just because I love them. But yeah, then more print on demand coming this week. Back to FBA shipments.
Yeah, I want to get the FBAs.
Back to getting that stuff.
Getting that
ordered,
stoked up and fired up and going, and
kind of shifting that focus to what are those items that we want to start stocking now, so that we will have them, because back to school is right around the corner. They are already starting to put up like back to school sections and stores.
And back to school is a good
So early.
It's a good, but it's
Oh, it's fantastic.
back to school's a good one.
It's fantastic.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so we will start stocking the items that we already know there. The things that we know are, solid.
Yeah, and then you got Halloween, which hopefully,
Knock on wood.
yeah, not gonna.
Whatever that is.
So so we got Halloween, and then you're
right into Christmas.
You're in the holiday season. So
yeah, I would say probably August 1st it starts to heat up, and then it's just
uphill. It just keeps going.
Yeah, all the way through the end of the year.
Yeah.
So this is kind of the last month of somewhat calm.
The calm before the storm.
The calm before the storm.
I love it.
Yes. Yeah, so try to get the rest of the print on demand going this week, this month, focused on that while I still have time, because I know that time is fleeting.
What's Brian?
The local schools have lists that tell you what everyone needs to be buying and can't find anywhere. That is such a great tip, Brian. Yes, if you're like, I don't know what's going to run, maybe don't take the list home with you, because moms need those lists. But go to the Target and pull up, they've always got, around here, there's a lot of different schools. So I don't know how it is everywhere. But there's a whole wall full of different classroom lists. And look for those odd items that are on all the lists.
And I think you're thinking narrowly by just grade school. You've got high schoolers, college, people going to college for the first time. They're going to need specific things. So
read into that what you will.
I'm sorry, I'm vague.
But because even if we told you this specific, I
don't like saying that, because if it doesn't sell, I don't want people.
Feel bad.
You're right. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't want to steer you the right way, but
yes, yeah. So in a public forum like this, we tend to speak in generalizations.
Yeah, but there will be things in all those
different categories
that are going to be hot.
Yep. Even the teachers need stuff.
Yeah. So stock up on the alcohol and.
It's all alcohol across state lines.
In
college, they have to rebuy some things in January too. Absolutely. Yeah. So when those items then go on clearance, and then you're buying those and just kind of setting them aside for a couple of months, and then because if you have kids like ours, how many lunch boxes did we buy for Kyle that year? He's not here.
She went through at least a half a dozen lunch boxes.
A lot. Yeah.
It seems like we're buying a lunchbox for him every week.
And you can't find lunchboxes after a certain point. They're just not there. So whatever you're charging online, I'm happy to pay for it because they're not there. So you've got a lot of that coming. But
I'm just trying to think about all the stuff that happens now, where you have business opportunities.
There's so many.
And there's just a lot. I know people say summer slowdown and all that other stuff, but there's just not as much going on. Yes. June, July, it's kind of quiets down. I mean, there's still opportunities, don't get me wrong, but you think about all the opportunities
they just are piling on.
There's just so much more, and it's really exciting.
You are all excited this morning.
I am excited. It's Friday.
It's Friday. So we are looking at absolutely that. Also, a lot of your retail stores this month will start to have big clearances because they want out of all of their first half of the year merchandise so that they can make room for the second half. So we will be looking at those items also, because some of those can be our quick flippers for this month.
Yeah, absolutely.
So looking at those kinds of things and how we can capitalize on that. There's just so much opportunity out there. So we're excited. You excited?
No. I got my excitement out.
You got it all out? You're good now?
I'm good now.
You're good now. So that's what we are up to. That's what we're going to be up to this week. It's just more of that. It's kind of more of the same. People always ask, like, what do you do every day?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, same stuff as yesterday, same stuff as tomorrow.
Yeah, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, the movie Groundhog Day.
It's a little bit.
Kind of wake up,
we buy stuff,
got the alarm, and then you're doing the same thing over and over again. But I wouldn't have it any other way.
Oh, love it. Yes. Yellow tag clearance. Brian makes a good point. Make sure the item is legitimate. Yes. If you shop discount stores, Ross, TJ Maxx, whatever, and they have a yellow tag clearance, those items are not, the high-end items are not always real. People will like change tags and stuff and then return it.
Oh.
Yeah. So just.
Yeah, you just have to be careful. And that
careful.
just goes without saying. I mean, in anything, you just have to make sure the authenticity and my suggestion is if you doubt its authenticity,
just pass.
It's
not worth it.
It's just not worth it. It's
so not
just
worth
not
it.
worth it.
Yeah. All of the things every day. Exactly. And honestly, we wouldn't have it any other way.
No.
Mm-mm. We love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
It's a great life.
Because it is all of the things every day, but some days it's none of the things.
Yeah, and sometimes it's more,
Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less, but we get to make that choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't have to worry about a boss breathing down my back and
no. If you work today, you work today. If you don't work today, you work tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It's totally our choice, and we get to make that decision.
And if you need more money, you have an opportunity to flip more things. I mean, you punch in and punch out at office every day, you're getting paid the same.
Yeah, you're getting paid whatever the boss tells you, you get paid today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're working on commissions, but
yeah.
Yeah, great opportunities in this business.
So don't feel scared that we have a downturn economy and that's going to mean that that's just not true. The opportunities may look different.
Yeah.
But the opportunities will still be there.
Yeah, there will still be opportunities out there. People will still need
something.
Still
want things.
People still want things. Yeah. I mean, so, and will that items shift? I mean, last year, maybe you were selling a lot of this and, this year, because the economy is different, you're selling something different. So,
but there's always an opportunity out there. And you just have to look for it. You just have to find it.
Yep.
Is that it? Are we good?
I think we're good. Meeting adjourned.
Meeting adjourned. All right, guys. Well, thank you to everybody who came and hung out with us this morning. We certainly appreciate the chat and being able to hang out with you guys. And we will see you next week.
We will? Yes. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Happy long weekend. Bye.